So we're on our way to Scrap. It's a creative use space based in San Francisco, California. It's a warehouse full of donated materials, and they have everything under the sun. It's a great place to get inspiration for your next project. One of my favorite bits about a place like this is that you can find stuff like fabric and stuff at any different store. But to have random components like this used to live in somebody's house. Like this was somebody's Christmas lights, or this was somebody's, wall sconce, and now it's here. I mean, this is where the foundation is built. It's for looking through stuff and generating those ideas. And then later on, if you need a really specific component, look online and maybe find that one particular thing you need. You'll never find things like this in a big box store, like an old used, something from somebody's home, somebody's life. You'll never find things just like that in a place other than a reuse store like this.
You've got a bunch of old vintage tripods here. There's a lot of projects you can do with those. Wow, the oldest air compressor I've ever seen, and I bet it still works. Old stuff tends to have been made better. I mean, look at all these rolls of film. Spend a lifetime looking through those.
So things like this get me really excited because these old cameras have so much personality. I've taken apart cameras before and reused them into robotic faces or put working electronics in them because they have a lot of character, and it's a fun thing to reuse them because they'll get no practical use anymore as the function of a camera.
The funny thing about this place is that you'll get these, a handful of these little bric-a-brac things from back in the day, but they have a truckload of these things because presumably somebody went out of business and it was a French fry container. But it's just so bizarre to think that you've got somebody made thousands of these things and manufactured them and went through all the trouble to send them to the US, and they were intended for a specific purpose, and then they just weren't useful for that anymore, and then they end up here. Everything has a second life,
I try and not have any preconceptions of what I'm looking for. I kind of just let the store guide me to the interesting points and see what sparks my imagination.
Items that are in places like this a lot of times come from a home already. So it has a story, and it's ended up here, and then you can take it and sort of continue its life, continue its story in a new way. I don't even know what this thing is.